I just realized my shirt blends in perfectly with this couch. I have seen so many videos about this topic, and frankly, a lot of them are not that helpful. Most of them are just collages of anime character training arcs, playing with deep philosophical music in the background, and just saying empty words that are impossible to take action on. Just be water. Huh? If you want to accomplish your goals this school year, and they can range from perfect grades to a perfect physique, it really doesn't matter. If you want to accomplish them, you have to change what you do. And to change what you do, you have to change who you are. And the core of who you are, at least part of it, is discipline. Now, I can physically feel people clicking off through the camera, but hear me out. I'm not just going to say that and let that word hang in the air. I'm going to give you a very actionable thing that you can do to genuinely take action on what I'm saying and maybe change your life from a video for once. Besides the anime ones, there are a lot of videos that talk about a bunch of random little optimizations you can do to achieve whatever goal you want. So it's kind of like those quick tips videos. Those things sound nice to say, those things feel good to do, and they might actually help you. But in reality, it's kind of like polishing a turd. Now, I'm not saying you're a turd. I'm just asking you to imagine what would be more productive. Covering up something to make it look nice, or changing the fundamental nature of something to make it nice. One is easier, the other is better. If your fundamental core, your discipline, is strong, you're gonna easily beat everybody that's trying to cover their half-assed discipline with these optimizations. Need to study for a test? Being disciplined will beat out the non-disciplined guy that's trying out his new science-based routine. Need to build a crap ton of muscle? Being disciplined will beat out the non-disciplined guy trying to optimize the science-based routine. Noticing a pattern? And I'm trying to give you advice from experience, and I might not have a lot of it because I'm only 16, but please try and believe me when I say discipline is probably the best thing you can invest in, especially when you're young like me. Alright, I tried to clap. Alright, now instead of just closing this video and doing absolutely nothing, I'm going to give you 3 very easy steps you can start doing right away. All 3 of these steps build up different but very equally important aspects of discipline, and neither should be ignored. Rule 1. This might sound very generic, but no electronics 1 hour before bed. Basically, I want you to get used to being bored. Why? Well, because more often than not, discipline isn't actually painful and hard. It's just boring. So by not having electronics for at least 1 hour in the day, and the easiest one is just before you go to bed, I'm trying to get you to learn to be bored. And as a bonus, to just stop consuming so much content. Just try it out today or tomorrow, and if it seems unreasonably difficult, maybe that's something you need to work on. Rule 2. I talked more about this in my David Goggins video, but basically, you want to try and do the tasks that you can't be bothered to do, which is the keyword. And those tasks are usually very small. It's like kind of like the minor chores your mom constantly asks you to do. But the reason it's so important is because if you can't force yourself to do these easy tasks, well, handling the bigger ones in the future will be impossible. These easy tasks are your foundation, and if you don't do them, you have no business trying something harder. So for step 2, try every day this school year. Whenever you notice there's something kind of important, but you can't really be bothered to do it, just do it. It's that simple. Rule 3, and this is probably the one you've been waiting for. This is the big action. This is the action that makes you seem cool. It's that David Goggins running 100 miles. It's him doing the 2,000 pull-ups. Except for you, we want to start a little smaller. Every week, and just choose one day to do this. Do something challenging that breaks past a limit that you previously had. I find that it's easier to start out doing these things more like physical challenges. So for example, do a plank for 5 minutes straight. Run for 3 miles. Just do something that's difficult for you, but that's more or less achievable. For example, I ran 10 miles just a week ago. I've never done that in my life. Was it painful? Yes. Was I able to do it? Well, yes. And I broke past a limit, and that limit is no longer there. So with these 3 rules, you will learn to be bored. You will learn how to do all of these easy tasks to force yourself to do them, because that's the fundamental. And number 3, do this really difficult task once a week to quickly give a boost to your discipline. And then every single week, make it slightly harder. I believe this is a good first step, and because I believe it, I'm also going to be doing this alongside you. So if you want help with that, if you want to ask me any questions or just talk to me and people like you, then you can join my free Discord server. Basically, I want to make it a place where people talk about discipline, just a nice place to chill out. I'll be putting a bunch of free value there too. And there's like one person in there besides me, so don't freak out when you join. I promise, at least I hope more people will join pretty soon. So yeah, subscribe if you found this valuable. Go do some push-ups. Bro, I just finished recording the video, and the second I did, the sun came out. This is such a scam.